The Champions League quarter-finals first legs that we saw today, two being played today. Bayern Munich getting the job done at the Bernabeu in Madrid against Real Madrid, 2-1 the score in that one. And Arsenal beating Sporting in Lisbon, 1-0. So two away wins in these first legs today. I kind of threw you a question just before we went to the break there at the end, but we didn't really get a chance to hear your full answer because we were short on time. You get two, four even, well, maybe three, European greats. Well, anyway,
take your chances.
Great European sides like that. Well, at least Real Madrid, Bayern Munich are kind of two sides that in Europe you always expect to perform at the very highest level. Did we see that in this quarter-final tonight?
Yeah, and I said to Michael before the game, when you think of sort of European giants and a match-up, I was thinking, it is Real Madrid, Bayern Munich almost feels like almost like the biggest game. The two real heavyweights of European football. Obviously, we know Real Madrid have got the most European cups. I think Bayern Munich maybe second. I might have that wrong. But, you know, the biggest club in Germany, biggest club in Spain. And I think you said before the game, the first 50 years ago since the first game, 1976.
Yeah, that was
so they've got a great history. Bayern Munich haven't lost or haven't won against Real Madrid for a long time. And that was a serious performance, that, from Bayern Munich. They looked like, you know, the real deal. Madrid, for me, aren't great, but they're still there. They're still in the game. You know, they get the first goal in the second leg and it's game on. But, yeah, for me, when these two come up against each other, it feels like two of the biggest heavyweights in European football.
OK, let's take you out to Peter and to Guillaume, who watched that game live at the Bernabeu. Did you guys enjoy it as much as we did?
Oh, yes. This was a game that could have been won by the team that lost, but the better team was Bayern. Perhaps the best player of Bayern was the goalkeeper, would you say?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, what a treat to be here and actually watch this quality of football. Two very different styles of attacking this kind of game. Obviously, with Real Madrid's experience at this stage, in this stadium. I said to you, Guillaume, I'm a little bit disappointed with how defensive they are. And you went, well, that's how they play in Europe. But
also they have that thing where all of a sudden they turn it on. And I reckon that's minutes 60. Vini against Neuer, and Neuer closes the gap. Vini misses it, but the Bernabeu don't need a lot to start believing in miracles. It's like, oh, right, it's on, the miracle is on, 2-0 down, and they started believing. So before that, in the first hour, you heard the 4,000 Bayern fans. After that, it was the 76,000 Real Madrid fans you only heard.
No, it's a fantastic place to watch football, and it was a really weird game in many ways. Absolutely top-class entertainment, no doubt about that. Micheal Olise, I mean, what a player he's turning out to be. I mean, it's just an absolute joy just watching him play. But at the end of the day, Bayern win 2-1, and they only win 2-1 because Manuel Neuer played one of the best games he's ever played. That save from Mbappe, just after forcing Vinicius Jr wide, that save is probably the best save I've seen all season. And the goal that Mbappe finally scored, he nearly saved that as well. Manuel Neuer today, I said it before the game, it was a bit of a question mark, a little rusty. He needed to play well today, and my God, did he do that?
Peter, I know you're trying to get an interview with Neuer, but
tell him
come on.
To Neuer.
What? Say that again, sorry?
I know you're trying to get an interview with Neuer, but at least say he was by far the best player on the pitch. Come on!
No, I can't argue with that.
Okay.
On the pitch, outside, with the ball, unbelievable, seriously unbelievable. But one player got them the win today, that's Neuer. Had they scored, and it's four massive chances of two of the best players in the world, have they scored on them, they would have won Real Madrid. So, you know, Neuer for me, man of the match. Olise, what a player.
And yes, we're trying to get a Neuer interview.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Are we trying to get any other interviews? Who else have we got on the list?
Oh, yes.
Who do you want?
We'd appreciate Kylian Mbappe.
We'll try.
Guillaume knows him.
There's very little chance of that, but we'll try. Thierry, can we use your name?
Sorry, I can't
and
hear
try
you.
to learn out.
I can't.
Can we use your name, saying that
Sorry, I can't.
coach wants to talk to you?
Sorry, guys, I can't hear them.
Is arriving.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you in a sec. We will see you in a sec. Why won't you ever get us Kylian Mbappe? Oh, OK, never mind. Should we do highlights?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, let's do it on the night, but slightly unlucky maybe, as you had chances and Neuer just played very well.
Yes, I think he was MVP. So we had so many chances to score some more goals. We couldn't do it, but we are still alive and we will go there with hope that we can win in Germany.
In what areas do you feel you could tighten up, improve, change maybe for next week?
Well, we lose 2 balls and they score 2 goals. So we can lose this type of balls because they are so fast, so quick, players with quality, and we can make this type of mistakes.
It's only a matter of time before Kylian Mbappe was back on a score sheet in a Real Madrid shirt.
Yes, of course, we know that Kylian he made a great game. He scored 1 goal and he was a threat, and for me he's the best player in the world. So we will go there with Kylian, with Vini, with Fede, with Jude, with a lot of players with quality. So we hope we can win in Germany.
How big do you see that task, winning in Germany?
Well, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. I played there many times, and we know the atmosphere that always in the Allianz is not easy for the opponents. But we are Real Madrid, so we can win anywhere.
Alvaro, thank you. Thank you for your time.
They've still got this confidence and this aura that they could do anything, and with the game only 1 goal in the middle of it, you still kind of think that they could go and turn them over at Bayern, but Bayern are just a different animal at home this season.
Well, of course they could, especially when you got, Mbappe and Vinny Jr and Jude Bellingham. I thought that was tactically clever, and I don't mean on the pitch. I thought the way you saw what happened with Xabi Alonso, he tried to probably overcoach the big names, and I don't think it really works. And I think he's got those guys on side now. Obviously built a team a little bit around Mbappe and Vinny Jr. And they could have easily scored a couple goals today, but other than Manuel Neuer being so brilliant. So, look, they're underdogs going into Munich, but they're dangerous because I think you'll have to attack a little bit more. You'll probably play Brahim, Diaz and Jude. And they could score a couple goals in the blink of an eye, couldn't they, Joe?
Yeah. Listen, it's 2-1. We all thought Bayern Munich were the better side and they were comfortable. But ultimately, if you're coach of Real Madrid and you go there, and we've seen stadiums, if Madrid score the first goal, it changes the face of it. The pressure then mounts on the home team. So with that, he's right, the manager, what he says, with that quality, you can set a game plan up. What you can't do is go there and allow them to just have this control that Vincent Kompany likes with his teams, where he's building, and he's getting Olise on the ball. Yeah, Gnabry's on the ball. Musiala might play a bit more next. You don't know. So they need to find a way. I think they need to do better off the ball today, Real Madrid.
This now for Arbeloa is the same number of games lost as Xabi Alonso at this point. What do you make of his reign so far?
Tricky. I think Gareth Bale said it. They don't need really a coach like that. They just want to manage the personalities. And then obviously the issue you have is they're good in the league, obviously. I think they're 7 points behind Barca. They're not going to win that. All the eggs probably got to be in this basket. And I think he's focused on the big names, to help him do that, and give them a little bit of freedom, and everybody else has to defend. But if you saw in the game today, there's a couple of moments they don't track back. If you look at Diaz and Olise and Kane, they're always tracking back, and that's why I think you struggle to win maybe in the Champions League like PSG did when they had that Messi, Neymar, and in the Champions League everybody needs to work back, and I think obviously at the top pitch they'll score goals, but I think the difference between Bayern and Real is Bayern work harder off the ball, as Joe mentioned, and I thought that showed again today. Yeah.
OK, guys, let's go back pitch side at the Bernabeu and get a little bit more reaction from the Bayern side of things, because Vincent Kompany is there speaking with Reshman Chowdhury and also Stevie Gerrard.
Thank you very much, Laura. As you say, yes, we've got Vincent alongside us. Do you know what? It's never an easy place to come here. You've got this huge win now under your belt.
That's an understatement.
Isn't it just an understatement? But do you know, I mean, there were opportunities to really put this tie to bed. Nonetheless, you do take a really important win back to the Allianz next week. What do you make of the game today?
Well, first of all, we're happy with what we've got. And I think when the game comes to the Allianz, the same experience as you felt in the last 15 minutes, the stadium changes, and then you just have to be ready you have to be up for the battle. But the same experience we can create in the Allianz Arena. So we're really looking forward to it. Hopefully the few chances here and there that I feel we should have maybe put to bed, we'll be able to, you know, to score when we go to the Allianz. But I see no reason for us to not go in that next game with full belief and an idea to just go and win the game, although we play against a team with incredible talent.
Can I just build on that? At 60 minutes, when you decided to make some changes in the game, I was wondering what you were going to do, whether you were going to, you know, settle for the 2-0 and try and shut up shop, or did you smell blood at that stage where you could have got the third and the fourth?
Honestly, it's a difficult decision to make in that moment, because I know the team has earned the right to be themselves at this stage. They've won so much, they've performed so well, so I don't want to take away the chance for them to be themselves. So I think my first changes were more or less like for like, you know, because freshness, I think, was important in that moment. And then towards the end, the last 5 minutes, I did shut up shop.
What about your goalkeeper tonight? A little word on him. He was special, wasn't he? His performance.
Yeah. And it makes it look so easy. I mean, that's what you have with great goalkeepers. They make some incredible saves at really difficult angles look really easy, but there's also a level of technique to just pat the ball away of the dangerous area that is giving us something, and he's still very good with his position as well, defending the back line. So he's giving us something we needed, but we speak about it a lot. The guys know we're just not going to go to the end of this competition unless we have these type of performances. It's either a goalkeeper, a midfielder, can be Harry with his goal today, but we're going to need it, and we'll need it next Tuesday again.
Yeah, Neuer is definitely evergreen, isn't he? But then you do have the likes of Harry, you've got Olise, you've got Diaz, you've got players who can make things happen, just like Real Madrid do. And this record that you have at home at the moment is actually incredible. How much confidence does that give you, given Bayern's kind of recent records of quarter-final exits, that this is the year where it's all coming together? You've had a couple of years now to build your project.
Yeah, I don't want to mix everything up. I've not really thought too much about what's happened in the past, nor the positive record or the exits. I think most important is for us to just continue our momentum. I feel they're going to give us a tough game. They're the type of team who can do something special as well. So a lot of respect for the opponent, but a lot of confidence as well, because I feel we've earned the right to be confident. We've earned the right to be demanding even in those games, and hope for not just hope, but go after a good result. It's football. You never know.
Does that mean we're in for another treat next week? That was a hell of a 90 minutes.
Do you know, for the neutral, isn't it just amazing?
Absolutely brilliant.
What was it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, there's moments you enjoy, and there's horrible moments in there as well. I don't know. I try to. I'm not centre stage, it's the players, so I try to, when I can, just give them a little word, something that I would have done maybe when I was out on the pitch, nothing more than that, and in the right moment just help them a little bit with decisions that I can make. But the main thing, it's a player's game, so they need to recover now, they need to have the belief, they need to trust themselves to do something special next week, and that's what we have to focus on, nothing more. And in between, we go to St. Pauli. We have to win that game as well.
It doesn't end, does it? We really look forward to next week, though. Thank you so much for joining us, Vincent. See you soon.
Congratulations, well done.
Take care, well done. Do you know, it's fast becoming we've got your, yes. We won't let you run off with that. Fast becoming a Bayern Munich legend, isn't he? But you did bump into another Bayern Munich legend today, and you were telling me behind the scenes that Lothar Matthäus, the great Lothar Matthäus, is in fact a big hero of yours. Look at that.
Yeah, we love him. What a player. First World Cup 1990.
Yeah.
Hero of mine. I had the pleasure to meet him. I met him a couple of times actually, but I had a good chat with him tonight.
Yeah.
They say never meet your heroes, but I really enjoyed that.
Do you get starstruck? Are there certain people that can make you starstruck? Is he one of them?
Just from when I was a kid, you know, memories, big games, following midfielders. My dad used to always say to me, if you get the chance to watch this player, watch him. He's top draw, all-round midfielder. I mean, Owen will have more on him, but what a superstar he was.
Yeah, he really was, wasn't he? Stevie, brilliant to have your company out here. We've absolutely loved being here. Laura, back to you guys in the studio.